you feeling stressed and overwhelmed about Arabic? Perhaps you're not making the progress you're expecting. Perhaps the grammar and the vocabulary is overwhelming you. Or maybe you're even getting overwhelmed just starting. Well, don't worry, we've all been there. Here are some tips that'll help you out. Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. My name is Ryan and this is the Arabic Workshop channel where we show you how to become fluent in Arabic in the shortest possible time with evidence-based methods that help you enjoy your Arabic and allow you to fit it into your busy life. So since I released my video on optimizing input for fluency in Arabic, I've had quite a few discussions with people. And the commonest thing that comes through is the idea that people frequently hit a wall. What that means is that they arrive at a lesson or they arrive at a session where they feel that the level has just jumped from where they are to this enormous step that they've got to take. And it's the commonest reason that I hear from learners for giving up Arabic altogether. So the first thing I would suggest that you do is that you take control of your learning. So what I mean by taking control of your learning is that you understand that your ability is not the ability of everyone else. You might be slower, you might be faster. And it's really no one else's job apart from yours to manage that. Now, whether that means that you need to have the confidence to say, actually, I need to do some more work here. I need to be able to gain some more input to build myself up to that level. Or you decide to just go it alone for all of your curriculum. Whatever it is, you need to try and maintain that locus of control with yourself. And this will serve you much better than relying on someone else to make an informed judgment about where your level is and where they need to pitch their lesson to help you. Now at Arabic Workshop, we really encourage you to think about an input-heavy approach. And so what that means is that you're either reading or you're listening to something in Arabic at your level, comfortable, every day. The more you can do that, the better. The idea is that we know that your brain processes unfiltered information and acquires the language in a predictable order. So it doesn't matter in some ways that you're listening to something that is either above your level or below your level. As long as you can tolerate it, as long as you can keep up your enjoyment of what you're listening to or reading, you are going to acquire language and it's going to come out in terms of your speech in a predictable order. And so for that reason, the second thing I advise is that you trust your own abilities. Trust your language acquisition device in your brain that you are blessed with. I've said this again and again. This is a human superpower. We all possess it. You need to train yourself to believe that language acquisition is natural and possible. It's just that we all vary in ability. That's all. So trust your abilities, trust your brain. When you hit that wall, trust in your ability to go back and work through it. Do more listening, do more reading. Just keep it going and you will eventually jump that hurdle. Believe me, we've all been there. The next bit of advice is a little harder to do. The monitor hypothesis, as postulated by Stephen Krashen, suggests that we all have a monitor or an editor in the brain. The monitor is that part of your mind, that part of your brain that likes to process information and check that it's correct before you output it. It's that bit of your brain that just doesn't let things flow naturally outwards because you're trying to be accurate. This is going to slow you down on your path to fluency and you need to overcome this. The way to do that is to reduce your output. Keep your input going. Input will produce natural output. And when that output feels natural to you, that's the time that your brain is ready to produce without that filter. Try and reduce any habits that will feed into your anxieties. It's natural that when we start to read something or watch something or listen to something, that we're wanting to try and understand every word, again, with the attempt of being as accurate as possible. But this creates habits that we then have to feed every time we come to do something in Arabic. This becomes a conditioned response, and when we don't perform those actions, the anxiety builds up. So, for example, needing a vocabulary list to make sure that we understand every word in a sentence, that's going to feed this anxiety, this habit, and we're never going to move past that onto fluency. If, on the other hand, you take a natural approach and you are content with understanding the general meaning, you're more likely to succeed in the art of self-correction, in the art of noticing things, and the art of what I call becoming a cultural observer, watching how natives use their language, how they use phrases that may not seem to idiomatically make sense, but make sense in the context of what you're observing. This is where you're going to find success in achieving fluency. The last tip I have for you for now is that the formula is simple. There aren't any hacks. You've got to find comprehensible, compelling, rich and abundant input, and you've got to do it ideally daily as a habit until you become fluent. That might take 2 years, that might take 3, it might take 4. It doesn't matter. As long as you're doing something regularly, enjoy the journey. Now, if optimal input is new to you, I have a video here about optimizing your input for language fluency. Okay? Ma salama.